Hi, you guys. I'm so excited to hang out with you guys today and talk about developing leaders within your organization. I'm going to wait just a second and see if anyone pops on here live. If you guys are watching the replay later on, if you guys could hashtag replay in the comments just so I can see who's taking a peek at this video later on, I would love that. And as you guys pop on, I would love if you guys could say hi as well. And then I'll get started and share my top tips. Hey guys, I see a few people popping on. Hey Heather. Hi guys. Hey Jen. So I just said a couple seconds ago, as you guys pop on, I would love if you guys could say hi. And yeah, if you're watching the replays, hashtag replay in the comments. Today, I'm going to be talking all about developing leaders within your organization. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jess Dukes. I have been coaching for about 5.5 years. I've been full-time for almost 3 years. I live in the Seattle area with my husband, and we've got 2 kids. I've got a 4-year-old named Ben. I've got a 2-year-old named Mason, and I have my 3rd boy on the way. So hands are full around here. So I've been coaching for 5.5 years, found coaching after losing about 45 pounds on my own in the gym and really wanted a way to be able to pay this forward and help other people. And the second I got into coaching, I fell in love right away with being able to help other people while helping myself. And Beachbody helped me lose the rest of my weight and pregnancy weight 2 times and soon to be a 3rd time. So I am a Beachbody lifer. I love this business. And one thing that really changed my business about a year ago, or probably even 6 to 8 months ago, was really flipping it. And rather than just only focusing on my business, my Success Club numbers, really helping my coaches start hitting Success Club, advancing their businesses forward, and really learning how to develop leaders within my organization. I remember last year someone at corporate said, "Hey girl, in the top 20, you have the least amount of success starters and people advancing." And it's oh my gosh, I gotta do something about this. And so that's kind of been my focus for the last several months, is how can I turn this around and really help my coaches do what I've been able to do. And just this year, I've had more success starters and coaches advancing to Diamond and Emerald in the last 6 months than I have in my entire career as a coach. So I'm really excited to share my top 5 tips today on how to develop leaders within your organization. So tip number 1 for you guys is mindset and personal development. I think this is often something we overlook as coaches. I know when I signed up as a coach, when my coach told me to do personal development, I was like, girlfriend, I do not need self-help books. But I think we underestimate that in order to really move our business forward in this business, we have to protect our mindset. Our mindset is everything. And I see it all the time when a coach comes to me and they're like, I want to do this, but I'm so nervous and I'm so this. And there is just negative Nancy. And it's I can tell from day one until they turn this around and they turn their mind around, they're not going to get anywhere in this business because you are only as good as your mindset. So having a community within your coaches and even your challenge groups, because a lot of our coaches start in our challenge groups, is having a community of personal development, sharing personal development on social media, in your challenge groups, but also in your team pages. And when you see that negativity and when you're mentoring your coaches and you're hearing all these limiting beliefs, make sure you are recommending personal development. When I hear coaches talk to me oh, this sucks, first question, rather than feeding into it and trying to help them myself, because that's what I did for the longest time, was try to help them. I wanted to save that coach. I wanted to pull them out of the trenches myself. I wanted to be, the hero that saved them. And that we can't do that. And that's not our job, is to motivate the unmotivated. That's what personal development is from. So really, my first question when I ask my coaches is what personal development you are doing. And oftentimes the answer is, oh, I was reading Girl Wash Your Face, but I haven't read it in about a month. So having that community of personal development, in our team page, we have a book club of the month that we've just started, and having a lot of us read the same book. Again, we got to lead by example as leaders and make sure you are constantly reading personal development. And when you've come across a podcast that is amazing, write it down. So that way when your coaches come to you, and I learned this from my coach, when you come across a coach that's struggling with X, Y, or Z, have a a document full of personal development books or podcasts or articles or whatever that you can say like, this is perfect for this person, and recommend that they watch it or listen to it, and then encourage them to share their take back or their feedback with you of what they learned. But make sure like your coaches know that success in this business is a choice. And I'm sure anyone in this business or anyone watching right now who has gone emerald, diamond, hit success club, anything, you made the choice to do that. And your mindset said, I can do this. Because if you go into pushing for emerald, pushing for diamond, pushing for star diamond, that I don't think I'm going to be able to do this, you're absolutely freaking right. You cannot do it if you go in with a mindset like that. So constantly believing that you can, doing that gratitude every single day, positive self-talk, and just like forcing yourself to do that. And to me, like, it's been hard for me because I am a natural pessimistic person. Like, my mindset instantly goes to the negative, and it's been hard to train myself. But if I'm like that, I know some of the people I probably attract are like that too. And so making sure mindset is everything, and make sure that your coaches know that too. And then second tip is leading by example. I learned really early on in this business that if you want your coaches to do something, you need to be making sure that you are modeling that behavior yourself. If you are wanting your coaches to be hitting Success Club every single month, are you hitting Success Club every month? If you are wanting your girls, even in your challenge groups or your boot camps, or you're on your team, hitting Success Club, or not even hitting Success Club, but getting results, are you getting results? Are you following the meal plan? Are you being a product of the product? When you are asking your coaches to go invite their friends, their family members, and pay it forward, are you doing those things too? We got to make sure that we are modeling the behaviors that we want our teams to do. I've heard two different things in this business that have really stuck to me. And first one is, if your coaches only did what you did today, would they be successful? And oftentimes I think that's important because we look at our coaches and almost have a higher expectation for them than we do ourselves. And it's like, ask yourself, like, if your coaches did just what you did today, would they be getting to their goals? And are you getting to your goals too? And the second thing I've heard is your coaches will do half as much as you do. And I find this true. You know, like, if whatever my numbers are, my team usually does about half or less than that. So you got to make sure you're setting that example. You know, if you're asking your coaches to be hitting diamond and emerald, have you advanced your business lately? Like, are you recruiting? Are you running sneak peeks? Are you getting new people in your challenge groups every single month? These are questions you've got to look in the mirror and ask yourself if you are doing these things too, because we are the leaders of our team, and in order to lead our organizations, we got to lead by example. So tip number 3, this is the biggest one that has changed my business in the last year, is setting expectations for your coaches. This was a hard one for me because if I'm really honest, I came in the business and I hit emerald in 3 months. I gotta make sure my phone doesn't fall here. I hit emerald in 3 months and I hit diamond in 5 months. And it was really hard. Like, how can I tell a coach that they should go emerald in a month or even 2 months or 3 months if I didn't do that myself? But you also have to say, you know so much more than what you did when you got signed up as a coach. And if you knew now if you knew what you do now when you started, you would have hit diamond and everything much faster, I'm sure. And anyone who probably has that second business center who have gotten a spouse to diamond, you probably did that 10 times faster than you got yourself to diamond, right? It's because you know so much more you've learned along the way. So one thing I've really done over the last 6 months is simplify things for my coaches and set expectations from day one. I found, like, for a long time, I was running 30-day, emerald groups, or even a week-long emerald group, and 90-day, diamond trainings. And then I'm like, why aren't people doing this? Why are they falling off in the first 30 days, 40 days? And it's like, me doing a diamond training over 90 days says diamond is hard. You need 90 days of training in order to do it. Also, when you get a brand new coach on your team, if you have these long emails and this crazy training that you're sending them, you now set the expectation that coaching is really hard. You need a whole month of training to be able to do this. Girlfriend, you do not need a month of training. You just need a mouth and to be able to go invite some friends, and press play on your workout. Like, coaching is simple, and oftentimes we make it so much more complicated than it needs to be, which then causes our coaches to go, this is really overwhelming. I got to take a step back. I don't think I can do this right now. And I mean, I think maybe you haven't yet, but maybe you will someday. Like, I've had coaches sign up with me. They're so pumped. They get in and literally 24 hours later, they quit. And I'm like, what did I do? And it's like, I'm making this way too complicated. I made coaching seem so amazing on social media and in my sneak peeks, and then they get in here and they're scared off. Don't scare your coaches off. Coaching is freaking amazing, but set expectations that this is easy. So now what I do, when I get a coach in here, we have a 90-minute call that we send to our new coaches. Has everything they need to do. They can listen to it in the car. They can listen to it while they put their makeup on. They can listen to it whenever. They can break it up over 3 days, do 30 minutes a day. But rather than having some 2, 3, 4 week training that makes this seem hard, I tell them, you need everything you need, 90 minutes. That's all you need. Then you can get started. They can listen to it that day and they can implement as they go. The other thing is, I really tell my coaches, you're going to run month 1 of your boot camp with me if you want. You don't have to. But by month 2 or 3, you're going to have enough coaches and challengers to run your own groups. Again, setting expectations that you will be signing people up and you will also have coaches to run this with within a month. So letting them know, like, this is your month to like start inviting, start doing this, because month 2 and 3, like, I want you running your own boot camps. And so I think it's really important to set those expectations. Again, when people are in, and I know every team does things differently. You guys might run team-wide groups, but whatever you're doing, like, are you making this seem like they need all this training in order to be successful? And especially when it comes to developing leaders, emeralds, diamonds, star diamonds, are you making trainings that are so impossibly long, making them feel like it is really, really difficult? I'm sure all of us know about the ranks. Emerald is 2 coaches. That is 2 people. You should be able to do that within 24 hours of signing up. And so we do Emerald in 24-hour calls, because it's not Emerald in a week, Emerald in a month. It's Emerald in 24-hour calls. And I know a ton of other coaches do this in the network, so that is nothing new because I got it from someone else, but it works. And what do you know? The second I stopped doing week-long, month-long Emerald trainings, people actually started going Emerald in 24 hours. And I tell them, I cannot wait to shout you out on Thursday for going Emerald this week. So I don't say, like, do you think you can do that? Do you think that's something no, I have full belief. My coaches, everyone that signs up with me can go Emerald in 24 hours, and I will shout all of them out on Thursday. And I let them know, I can't wait to shout you out on Thursday. And what do you know? Most of them end up doing it, or the ones who are going to do this business do it. And then on that Emerald in 24-hour call, we also really set the expectation that Emerald is amazing, diamond, amazing. But we all know, like, the real income, the real business is those star diamond ranks. So we set their sights there. We let them know, like, team cycle bonus at Emerald and diamond and what they cap out on and those average earnings. And when coaches see those average earnings at those star diamond ranks, what do you know? They now have their sights on star diamond, and they see Emerald and diamond as stepping stones to get to the party. And I've always heard, like, diamond is welcome, you've now started a business, because you really don't have much of a business when you don't have a team doing this with you. So now you've got a business, and now star diamond, like, welcome to the club. Like, let's do this now. And so setting their sights there helps them set long-term goals, because a lot of coaches when we hype up Emerald, it's like, okay, they get to Emerald, they sign up their, 2 people, their best friends, and then they chill because they're like, I did it. You did do it, and it's amazing. We should celebrate it, but now let's go to the next. And I also point out to my coaches, Diamond is going Emerald 4 times and teaching 2 of your coaches to do it. If you've gone Emerald, you know how to teach 2 people how to do that too. It's 2 people. We all can sign up 2 people. You could go knock on your neighbor's door. You could sign up 2 people right now, And so helping them see that Emerald is going, or Diamond is 4 times. So if you have that, you can tell them from day 1, like, think, if you go Emerald every single week, you're Diamond in 30 days. Now you've set the expectation that Diamond should not take more than 30 days. Okay, and let's also be honest. Do all coaches go Diamond in 30 days? No, but it's setting the expectation that this is easy. This is not rocket science. It is not hard. You do not need years of training in order to get to these next ranks in your business. It's just about doing those 4 vital behaviors and staying consistent with them. So simplifying them for people rather than putting them into a massive long training with tons of videos every day. I would much rather my coaches do the 4 vital behaviors every single day and stay consistent with them than do a training that has like hour-long videos and all these posts and all this homework. You don't need homework to go diamond. You don't need homework to go star diamond. Like, it's just about doing the vital behaviors and teaching your coaches to do these things too. So really teaching your coaches that consistency. And I think the other expectation to set from day one is the consistency of those 4 vital behaviors, but also the consistency of showing up on social media. I always tell my team, like, my social media is my storefront. If you owned a store, if you're not on social media, and not even if you're on social media, but if you're not doing that second vital behavior of inviting and showing up as a proof of the product's work, think of your open sign on your business is off. If you're not showing up, do not ask yourself why no one is coming to your store, because your store sign is off. No, everyone thinks you're closed for business. So I think that's really important also, is letting my coaches know from day one, at least 1 post on your feed every day, and at least like 5 to 10 stories every single day too. And teaching them too, now that you're a coach, and especially as they advance in the business, people don't just want to see in their feed, okay? That is not inspired. I'm really sorry. Like, post that on your stories, maybe every once in a while in your feed, but people want to hear about your life. You know, and I think this is important, like, especially developing leaders, because you want to start talking about the business. You want to be talking about those other things, but people aren't going to relate to your business or fitness from the very beginning. They're going to relate to the fact that you're a working mom of 2, that you love makeup, maybe that you wear fake lashes, or that you love hiking, or whatever it is that you do. Those are the things they relate to. And then when they see, dang, that girl's got 2 kids, she's pregnant, she shows up every day to her workouts, I can do those workouts, but man, she also works this business while working full time, like, I could do that too. And I think it's really important that people see you as a person. Beachbody is something you do, just another thing you do, you know, and make sure that, like, I see a lot of coaches where you go to their feed, and do you ever see this where you go to someone's feed when you're inviting, you're like, that's a coach. You don't even have to see Beachbody Coach there, because you already can tell just based on their feed that it's all workout stuff. There's nothing extra. People want to see your life. That's what they're going to relate to. So setting that expectation with your coaches to make sure they're sharing their journey, but share them too. And you're never too early in this business to start sharing the business side of things. Because I have a lot of coaches that come to me and say, I'm not attracting any business building coaches and no one wants to do this business with me. But when I go to their social media, they never talk about it. I would never know that they are running a business, that I could do this with them, what they love about the business, like what their vision is, where they're going. You know, for a long time, I felt like, oh, I can't talk about this business because when I started, I was working 60 hours a week, I was pregnant, and I had an 1.5 hour commute to work. Like, what's inspiring about that? Why would anyone want to do this business with me? But what I realized is I needed to share that if I wanted people to do this with me. I needed to be inviting people in, doing sneak peeks, and making sure I was getting people really good results in my challenge groups too. So again, set these expectations with your coaches of what they should be doing and simplify things for them. It's not complicated. Beachbody, like, coaching is it's really easy. The hardest part about Beachbody is you have to stay consistent and patient for the growth over time. That's the toughest part about it. But what we do, it's easy. Those 4 vital behaviors, they are not difficult. And really, like, again, when you set those expectations, like, have the expectation that people need to be inviting friends. And if you teach that to their coaches, they are now going to set those expectations to their coaches too. So that's kind of, to me, like, that trickle effect of developing leaders is set those expectations at the top, and your coaches are going to set these expectations with their coaches as well. And you're going to have an organization that believes Diamond is something you should do in 30 days. Emerald is something we do in the first 24 hours, and that we should invite constantly and be, products of the products, get killer results, and invite people to do this with us and do that personal development every single day. So number 4 is help your girls, or your coaches, not everyone's girls, I guess, set goals for themselves. And don't be afraid to push your coaches. For a long time, I never set goals with my coaches. I was just like, well, if they want this, like, they know what they're working for, like, good job. But you really got to set goals with your coaches and know what they're pushing for. I know for me, I do really well. Give me a deadline, give me a goal, I will go do it. But I got to have a goal and a deadline. And if I'm just working and just mindlessly, like, sometimes there's no, like, incentive to do it right now. And so make sure you know what the goals of your coaches are. What do they want to be hitting for Success Club, for their ranks? Like, when do they want to actually be hitting these things? And don't be afraid to give your coaches a little bit of a push. And I've seen coaches say, like, hey, I want to be Emerald by the end of the year. No. How about we do that this weekend? And make sure like you are the one, again, like I said before, you are the one setting expectations with your team of what is possible, and pour that belief in. When I push a coach to do something a little bit sooner, they now have the belief that they can do that because I believe in them. I know they can do that. It's just getting them on board to do it as well. So don't be afraid, set goals, set deadlines, but also do some one-on-one mentoring. If you just have a team page and are slapping things up in there, do stuff one-on-one with your team. And I think that's another thing I did is change this last year, which to me is sometimes hard to do one-on-one stuff. I've got 2 kids, I work from home, like I don't have a 24-hour nanny or anything. So doing calls like cuts into nap time. It's my time to work too, but I realized like calls don't have to be hour long with your coaches. 10-minute check-ins. How are you doing? Pull up their downline. Well, how's so-and-so? Like ask about their coaches, get to know their coaches, what their goals are, who's pushing or like who's working towards what. So you can give tips on, okay, Emily's pushing for this. Okay, these are some things. Have you asked her if she's done this? And really help them mentor their girls. And that's kind of how they become leaders themselves, is they learn how you would mentor their coaches and they can then go do that with their team. But these weekly little check-ins, especially for the ones you're pushing, you don't have to do that with your whole downline. If you have big downlines, like for me, it's like I work with a handful of coaches at one time and get them to their goals. And then you get more coaches and push them to their goals. But like I mentor the girls showing up. So to me, like you got to be hitting Success Club. You got to be showing me that you got skin in the game too, because I'm not going to put more time in your business than you're putting into your own. And really asking questions. For a long time, my mentorship was messaging them on Voxer and just saying like, how's it going? Good. So, and then I was like, gosh, my coaches don't ever share anything with me. I don't know. I guess everyone's doing good. Ask more detailed questions to your coaches. How are your girls going? Like who's pushing to Emerald right now? Okay, I saw a couple of girls inactive. Are they inactive for good? Like, have you, encouraged them to do this? Like really giving them ideas and having that open communication of brainstorming and masterminding together. And they don't have to be long. They don't have to be long at all. And especially help your girls get to their ultimate goal of whatever they are working towards. And then when they finish hitting a goal, I had a girl go diamond yesterday, which was amazing. She pushed for it. And now it's like, okay, now we have to set another goal, because if you just let them hit that goal and then nothing, it's like, that's when a girl will stay at diamond forever and maybe just fall right back. So set the next goal. What's the next goal of padding that diamond? And, what's the date maybe of when she should start, helping another girl or helping her spouse go diamond? Like these are the things to be making sure that you're setting deadlines with your coaches, to be making sure that they are doing these things as well. And I think the last thing, so number 5, is make sure your coaches are marrying the action and not the outcome. I know some people get so fixated. I mean, I just talked about goal setting. So I think it's really important to have Success Club as a goal and have diamond, emerald, star diamonds, these dates, and have these things as goals. But it's really also important to make sure like they're not marrying that diamond. They're marrying the actions that go to that diamond. And I've had girls come to me and say like, okay, I'm going to hustle and get that diamond back. And it's like, don't have that be your focus. Hit Success Club every month. Have that be your focus of at least helping 3 to 5 people every single month. Have that be your focus. Because if you have these focuses of these smaller things that are going to get you to that ultimate goal, it's so much easier to focus on. It's like, when on our journey, like, oh, I need to lose 75 pounds. Don't focus on that. Focus on eating healthy and making good choices. Set weekly goals of some maybe behaviors that you want to change. Ultimately, that 75 pounds will come. Because when we get set on that like 75 pounds or that diamond, sometimes when it doesn't happen, it feels like it's not happening. It feels so far away. It's easy to just not push for it. And it's easy to push that goal out because it doesn't feel realistic. So make sure your girls are knowing what they need to do, or guys, sorry, I keep saying girls. Make sure your team knows what they need to be doing in order to hit that ultimate goal. So that's called reverse engineering that goal. So make sure like if their goal is diamond by a certain date, how many coaches do they need to sign? What does that include in terms of Success Club points that they need to be earning on a weekly or monthly basis? And then in terms of getting those points and those people signed up, what do they need to be doing on the other end of maybe call to actions and how many invites and, how many posts about progress pictures or even call to actions for coaching or sneak peeks? What do you need to be doing? So I think it's really important to break down those goals. And so also another thing that I've changed in the last several months is really making sure I'm focusing on the behaviors I want to see with my team rather than the outcome. So for the longest time, my cover photo and my team page was all the current diamonds. And it's like, that's great for them, but what about the people pushing for that? Like, how about we do a live Success Club board? And so my Success Club board in my business builder page. So first off, I created a business builder page. I know a lot of other people do that, got the idea from someone else, not my own idea, but have a page where you have to be hitting Success Club to be in it. And for me, it's like, oh, that's hard. But it's like, Success Club is not hard. It is 3 new people a month. And if you want to run a business and you want to advance your business, you should be hitting Success Club at a minimum every single month. It should be a non-negotiable. And so it's like, I'm not going to apologize for having that be a goal for that page. So I've got a page where you have to be hitting Success Club every single month. And so the banner of that page is a live Success Club board, and I update it every single day. And this is great because then you get to celebrate every single life that has changed rather than doing it on a weekly or monthly basis. And again, it puts the focus on Success Club. That puts the focus on inviting rather than that ultimate big, huge goal that seems kind of unattainable, especially to maybe your brand new Emerald coaches or even your new coaches that are joining the team. Whereas Success Club, when they are brand new, or Emerald or Diamond or whatever, and they see their name up there, and then they get moved to the Success Club side once they hit it, like that feels good. And then also like incentives. I know I don't always do incentives, but I've realized they work really well. My girls like gifts. They like winning prizes. And so incentivizing the behaviors you want to see. So some months it's an incentive for Success Club. Some months it's, 2 coaches, you get this, 3, 4 coaches, you get this, 6 coaches, you get this. This last month I did a hoodie for anyone who helped one of their girls hit Emerald. We hadn't had a lot of Emeralds popping in our downline. I had them popping, but my girls didn't. What do you know? I sent out a ton of hoodies this month, and it's a really good problem to have, but it's like focusing, like putting an incentive on behaviors you want to see and making sure you highlight those and are shouting people out and are really encouraging those behaviors. So I think those are really important to be doing, is like whatever behavior you want your team to be doing, not that ultimate goal, but the smaller little behaviors that are going to get to those ultimate goals, like signing 2 coaches, 4 coaches, 6 coaches. If someone signs 6 coaches in a month, well, now they are pretty dang close to diamond, or padding their diamond, or getting close to star diamond, helping their spouse get to diamond. These are the behaviors that you reward. So think about those behaviors that you want to incentivize and do incentives for that. And then the last thing, I know those are all my 5 steps, but you might be watching this saying like, I don't have a team and I don't have business builders. My biggest tip for you guys is to make sure, like I've realized in the last several months, like your challenge groups have to be rocking in order for these people to want to end up signing as coaches, and for your girls to also want to be inviting to these challenge groups. So again, that goes back to ask yourself, are you getting good results from social media? Do people look at you and go like, I need to be doing what this girl does? Or is it just a sweaty selfie every single day, not a lot of results? And in your challenge groups, are your girls getting good results where they say, I need to be inviting people and I need my best friends to be in this group with me? And do their friends join the group going, I need my best friends in this group with me too? For me, I had a big gut check earlier this year, lots of challengers leaving, and it was like, oh, that sucks. You kind of get comfortable doing what you're doing, and it's like gut check, got to revamp them. So I've completely redone my challenge groups in the last 2 months, and I go live every single group in the day now. I'm more present. I also am doing, just like for my team, doing incentives for them. So if you post your progress pictures, rather than for a long time, I made them post their progress pictures, and it was a negative thing to feel like they had to do it. And now I do giveaways if they post their progress pictures, and what do you know? My girls are getting incredible freaking results, and I get to celebrate them doing giveaways for the final 30-day progress pictures at the very end. And I have more people continuing on than ever before, and I also have more girls coming and wanting to coach from these groups because they're like, I love this changed my life, everyone needs to do this. So getting Beachbody believers out of our challenge groups. So a lot of times people will say like, okay, I just need to do sneak peeks. Sometimes it's even going back further than that to start getting those business builders, is looking at your challenge groups first. If you're running rockin' challenge groups, ask yourself how often you talk about coaching on social media. If you are a diamond, I do think you should be running some sort of coaching opportunity call or something to be able to offer it, rather than just sitting back, posting breadcrumbs and saying like, gosh, I hope people want to join me. do sneak peeks. I do a sneak peek almost every single week. And it's been a great way to actually get business builders wanting to join my team rather than just a ton of coaches who just want a discount and don't really want to do much. And even for those discount coaches, how often are you going to them saying, hey girl, like, let's do this. Like, let's invite some friends to hold you accountable and let's help you get your Shakeology paid for. So again, have that confidence behind coaching and that people should want to do this with you, because if you have that confidence and excitement, people will want to join you. But make sure you're taking a deep look at your challenge groups. But also, if you're killing those and you are like close to diamond or past diamond, make sure you're actually giving people opportunities to come learn more about coaching and do this with you. I sat on the sidelines for years on my journey watching these coaches, and I was like, what are they doing? I have no idea. And no one really ever, I got invited a couple times, but no one really could say like, hey, I'm going to pop you in the sneak peek. I'm going to tell you all about it, because I'm sitting here like, I wish I would have joined sooner when I first heard about Beachbody, but I never really knew the opportunity existed. So make sure the people who follow you and are really loyal to following you know that they can do this with you too. So those are my top 5 tips, you guys. It, goes back to that mindset, leading by example for your team, setting expectations, making this easy for your team to be successful, helping your team set goals and really holding them accountable. And then also like help your team marry that action and really incentivize the behaviors you want to see, not those ultimate goals that you want to see. And hopefully you guys will have some new leaders popping in your downline, and even having your leaders become leaders as well, or creating leaders in your downline as well. So thanks so much for hanging out with me, you guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them later on for you guys. And hope you guys have a great Friday. See you guys.